Welcome in and welcome into my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you guys, my special people, my wonderful people, about my university. My university experience. My time at university. University. The beginning. Sorry to break bad news first, but I failed my first year. I failed my first year. Whoa, Philly. So I spent 4 years in university, and that threw me off. Uni is not for me, and yeah, I'll do some parts of my life. But my mom, she really encouraged me, and she was just like, nah. You're going to uni, boo. You're gonna finish. You're gonna finish strong. Growing up, I always wanted to study law. And then I had an epiphany moment. And then I changed to study psychology. So yeah, I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology. And to me, I don't feel like the work was really hard. I felt like my personal life was trying its best to just throw me off of studying, to let me throw in a towel and say university is not for me. That was my hardest part of university. And then before university, I was wild and free. And I know a lot of people and a lot of you guys, when you're going to university, you've lived at home with your parents for so long. So going to university is just like getting your pinch of salt of freedom. But whereas for me, going to university was more of a discipline thing, like God and everything was trying to bring me to that place of growth and maturity and trying to get to see things from a different perspective. Because a psychology degree opens your mind. I feel like even if I'm in psychology to help other people, the course itself, I feel like really helped me. It helped me with my identity. It helped me to understand a lot of things that are happening in my life. And I live by, I can't really help anybody else unless me, myself, I've been healed from what I'm trying to help somebody else in. Obviously, I'm not going to go through every single thing that someone else has gone through, but the majority of people that are attracted to me or are drawn to me, the majority of the time I see myself in them a lot, or there's just something that they've been through that I can relate to, or vice versa. So yeah, in all honesty, there was days that I cried and I cried and I cried some more because there was a lot going on around me. And when I was going to university, when I started, I couldn't get university accommodation because I had already had my own place, so I wouldn't be able to afford having two rents. And so I lived at home by myself, which a lot of people at university live on accommodation by themselves and away from their parents, but I was already away from my family. So I couldn't money manage properly. I didn't have money management skills. So when I first got my first university loan, I got a grant and I got a loan because I was living by myself. So it came to a lot. But what had happened was the first September, my payments didn't come through. So I got my money in the January. So I paid my rent, and what I needed to do was I was supposed to spend that whole money and pay my rent and just sacrifice so that my rent would be paid in advance. So what had happened to me was when that break came from April to September, which is a 5-month gap, my rent was not in advance. So I would always go into arrears, which my rent was I feel like at the time £400 a month. Yeah. So that was loads of rent that I had owed. I explained the situation to my housing officer, and I thought she was cool with it. But obviously, she wasn't cool with it. They wanted their money. And I told my university my situation. They helped me, and they gave me an £800 grant, which went towards it. And then plus, I got a job in Primark at the time. So literally, I didn't spend a penny from my job in Primark. I was even doing late nights from 9 p.m. until 7 in the morning. Like, I was tired, but I can't come and kill myself for what? But obviously at the time I should have been killing myself because I needed to save to have a roof over my head. So yeah, long story short, yeah, I lost my house because I kept getting into rent arrears. And yeah, that was like the very hardest, traumatic and stressful part for me to do with going to uni. I felt like that freed me of so much, and that was in my second year. And I lost my house in the August, and I had uni like 2 weeks later. So like I had into my first year of university when I got my uni loan, like, because I didn't get a bursary from the council, so I had to buy everything myself. And imagine, like, I decorated my house. I wish I had pictures to pin to show you guys, but it's on my old laptop. Like, I always wanted, like, when you're young and you circle the things in the Argos catalogue, and a lot of things I couldn't take them with me because I had to go back to my mum's, and I couldn't take those with me. So yeah, I lost everything. And that was really, really, really hard for me. A really hard time for me. Yeah, the loss, like, it may seem like, oh, yeah, she's lost her house. But it was a really, really big thing for me. Like, it was a big loss for me. I felt like at the time I was losing my house, I know people might say, okay, you're being outrageous, but it literally felt like somebody had died. I felt like it was like death. Like, I had sorrow, I had grief, and like that, it took me through, like, my mind couldn't assimilate the whole situation. When you are joined together with something and then there's like a breaking away, there will be something, like, the tear is not easy. The tear is not easy. I wanted to find my own mind. I wanted to find my own soul, because I felt like growing up, I was an easily influenced person. So I was on a journey of, like, self-discovery and finding out who I am. And I feel like going to university, like, I don't know how many people can relate to it, but I feel like the whole university experience is self-discovery. It's self-discovery. Like, whether you like it or not, you will discover parts of yourself you didn't know was there, and parts that are there that parts of you that you didn't know was there, and parts of you that is there, but it gets, like, magnified to you. And yeah, it happens through friends, it happens through, like, your environment, your inside uni life and your outside university life. And but like, even when I was going to university, an experience that I had was, we had like a group work, and yeah, we chose groups, and I joined with like 2 other girls. And when I joined with them, it was like we had like 6 weeks or something like that until the work was to be handed in, or even a longer time, or probably about 6 weeks anyway, roughly, from what I could remember. So I joined with them, and yeah, the first year, it was kind of my fault, semi, but still, they dealt with me a bit harshly. So, like, the first meeting we had was in the library. I was late, okay? We had a WhatsApp group, so I messaged them and said to them, oh, I'm late and stuff. And then they were okay. And then the second time we had a meeting, bearing in mind the work wasn't supposed to be handed into like 5 weeks' time, I couldn't make it. Like, I just really couldn't make it that day. I don't remember what happened, but I just couldn't make it. So I messaged them and told them that I couldn't make it. And they aired me. But these 2 girls were already friends before, and I joined their group when we had a seminar. And then, but something, my intuition just said to me, they were airing me when I was messaging them, saying that I'm sorry, and I was apologizing, like, repeatedly, just saying, please, like, guys, I'm going to be at the next one and stuff, but I just really can't make it today. And yeah, I messaged my teacher, and I told my teacher, because I just felt like the whole chat was awkward, and I knew something was about to pop off. And they had obviously messaged my teacher before me, kicking me out of the group. And yeah, they kicked me out of the group. And that was a presentation of like 1,500 words, and I ended up having to do the whole presentation by myself. And yeah, I just took it as I'm on a journey, and yeah, on your journey to self-discovery, it gets lonely sometimes, and it will just be you and yourself, because self-discovery is trying to discover who you are. And my reaction to things at the time was getting me to see the kind of character I had. If I was a genuine person, if people were really, really horrible to me, would I respond with a horrible backlash, or because I wasn't treated fairly, I'm gonna not treat somebody else fairly because I believe that I'm right in my own eyes. So yeah, you will encounter so many things on your university journey, but your outlook, your perspective, and your response is what defines you. So do not allow like any negative situation, any losses, anything that happens to you that is bad and doesn't work in your favor. Like, let your mind work in your favor. See something better. Like, no matter how bad it is. And I know that when you're like suffering anxiety or depression or low self-esteem, it's very hard. Like, we're human. But then when you don't respond in your human side, it takes you out of humanity and it brings you to a place of like a higher consciousness. It brings you to a place of divinity. It brings you to a place of where you begin to create something out of nothing, just like God created the world out of darkness. You bring light to a situation. You become a light bearer. So yeah, my university experience was not an easy one. I cannot lie to you. I'll be very truthful to you. But I will say that the greatest thing that my university experience did for me was it built a character in me that until this day, I still have those qualities, that resilience, that fight, that never give up attitude, that perseverance, that strength, that tenacity was built in me through university. And I didn't get the best of grade. Again, like, I can't lie to you, like, my grade was not so good, but what university gave to me, like, get good grades, guys. Get good grades. And yeah, I have a wonderful something that can never be taken away from me. That experience can never ever be taken away from me. And for that, I'm really grateful for it. So go to university, have the best experience you can ever possibly have, and come out shining. Come out a light bearer. Come out with strength. Come out with power. Come out with tenacity. Come out with a new understanding. Come out with a new reasoning. Come out with a new insight. Do not leave that place the same, no matter your experience. Just don't leave that place the same. And trust me, your character will speak for you, because you will go to places, and even when you have the degree, because you have a likable character or a wonderful personality, you will get your job. You will get your dream job. You will get your dream job. Like, I never ever thought I would ever start a YouTube channel, but here I am today. So, and that's because of my university experience. It made me, it molded me, it shaped me, and was a part of who, and it's a wonderful part of who I am today. So yeah, just enjoy the ride and freeform, go with the flow and create, because you are creatives. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You know I'm crazy. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful time at university. And yeah, if you already left, I know you can relate with me some of the things that I've said, because yeah, there is a lot of losses along the way, but we win because our character is enhanced and we come out glowing. Don't go anywhere. So this hair, guys, yeah, like, this hair is so amazing. A whole John the Baptist. Check this out for university if you want the special knowledge power. It makes your thinking work. As I'm wearing like an 18 closure, 18 closure, and 24 and 226s. And look at the way it's just coming through, guys. The description of this hair and how to get it is in the description box at the bottom. So make sure you go to the info section and so yeah, through it all, I had my mom. She was the powerhouse behind me. She was the powerhouse behind me. And without her, there wouldn't be any me. Because literally, she encouraged me day, night, morning, afternoon, and night. So yeah, without her, there wouldn't be any me. So yeah, get yourself some good people and a strong support system. I had her, and even though it was just her, she was more than enough. More than enough. So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all